Welcome everyone to this meeting of the Standards Committee on Monday the 24th of November 2025. May I remind everyone present that this meeting is being broadcast via live YouTube and the recording will be archived for future viewing. Could all councillors and officers ensure that when they speak they switch their microphones on, and when they finish speaking switch their microphones off. This is extremely important for the live stream to ensure that the cameras will be focused on the individual who is speaking. Could we receive any apologies for absence, please?
Thank you, Chair. We've received apologies from Councillor Beach and Councillor Mansfield has joined us via Teams this evening.
Thank you. Do any councillors have any declarations of interest to declare on the items under discussion at this evening's meetings? No? Thank you. I propose the approval of the public minutes from the previous meeting. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Shrive. We will now go to the vote. All those for? Any against? No? And any abstentions? One abstention. Thank you. Excuse me. To consider, I'm not aware of any urgent business for consideration at this meeting. Is that correct? Thank you. I now invite the monitoring officer to present his report.
Thank you, Chair and members. Currently, we have 3 active standards complaints, so nothing too excessive, but more than recent months. The first is Roaster Parish Council, which you will recall from the previous meetings of Standards Committee. However, the final investigation report has now been circulated amongst the parties, and Councillor Atkins was found not to be at fault. So following circulation, the investigator remains in dialogue with the complainant, who's made some assertions, but the investigator has been instructed now to finalise the report so that a final decision notice can be publicised, and therefore closed. So not too far off there, and there was no breach following the complaint. The second matter stems from Taton Hill Parish Council and is again in respect of a declaration of interest. It's a matter which has recently been referred for investigation, so you can appreciate that some time will follow until that's concluded. But yeah, it's just waiting for the investigation to start now, and hopefully in the next few months, the next Standards Committee will be able to give everyone an update. The final matter belongs to Mayfield Parish Council, a complaint against the current chair, Councillor Tunstall, by the former chair, Councillor Pamela Bora, and this complaint orbits the principles of respect, and the submission, the complaint, and the responses to the complaint to date do not evidence any room for mediation, apology, or summary resolution. So that's another matter that is going to investigation. So again, hopefully at the next Standards Committee hearing, I'll be able to give you a bit more of an update and say where things are and things are progressing. But I think you'll recall, councillors, that Mayfield has been enduring a bit of a turbulent period as there's been a change in councillors and chairs. And whilst we never welcome complaints, I think there's an element of inevitability to some extent, given what I've heard on the Vine. And those are our current active complaints. Is there any questions, councillors, before I move on to interests and registers of? No? Okay, thank you, Chair. In terms of registers of interest, we have all of our borough council registers now, so that's quite positive. However, we have forms outstanding from 12 of our parish councils, which is slightly disappointing. That's Brislingcote, Croxton, Denston, Dunstall, Elliston, Hanbury, Horninglow and Eaton, Lee, Mayfield, Outwards, Stapen Hill and Yoxall. My fantastic colleagues in Democratic Services are going to be sending out letters to all of the parish councils, again giving them a stern warning. But I was just wondering, for those councillors who are present, if you have any connections to these parishes, I think it'd be prudent to give them a nudge, because the next letter is going to come directly from me, and it's going to be reminding them of the offence that's being committed if they don't update their registers. And that is my update, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions? No? Okay, thank you. We have 2 items to consider in private, so I will now move that in accordance with section 100A(4) of the Local Government Act 1972, the press and the public be excluded from the remainder of the meeting, as it's likely, in view of the nature of the business to be transacted, or the nature of the proceedings, that there would be disclosed exempt information as defined in the paragraphs of Part 1 of Schedule 12A of the Act, indicated in brackets before each item number on the agenda. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Shrine, thank you. We will now go to the vote. All those in favour? None against? Any abstentions? No. We'll wait for the